Finding the best loadout based on the store's value is always a concern for AB players, cause they don't know if the loadout they're running all day is a waste of money and they could come up with a better loadout which is cheaper, or it's just too much economical. Now, even though I already have a video on the best loadout for your store's value which got over 180k views, but I had only given you one single loadout. That is crazy. Plus, it's been 3 seasons since that video was out and a lot has changed in ArenaBreakout. So today, I'm going to give you over 50 different loadouts, no matter how you play, what maps you play, and what mode you're trying to run. So let's just waste no more time and get straight into the video. Alright, so before we actually get to the loadouts, let me make my point clear. What I said based on your store's value, was it actually the number that is shown on your profile or the amount of coins you have? Cause you might be like, dude, I have 60 million in store's value, but I only have 20 million in cash. Well, to be honest, both. Cause like, when it says 60 million, then it probably means you can turn it into cash anytime you want. And if you can't, then it means that number is fake. You might have keys with one single use left, but they're still adding up to your stores like they are not used at all. So don't fool yourself, sell your items, turn them into cash, and let's find out what your store's value actually is. So now that we humbled some kids, what am I doing myself though? Let's just categorize the maps and then we get to the loadouts. So we have close range maps, Armory TV Station, medium range maps, Farm and Valley. Now Valley used to be a long range map, but now it's more of a medium range in my opinion. And long range maps, North Range and Mine. And we have 2 different player styles, aggressive and passive. So we'll start with under 2 million storage value. Please, just stick to the covert ops and quick hits. You're not in the position to buy anything, try not to spend a single coin on loadouts, but if you're so desperate to spend money, sure, here are my suggestions. Now, as you see the loadouts and you're taking screenshots or anything, I might have to add that even if you have higher storage value, you can still use these loadouts, just in case if you want to spend less or play more economical. And if you're asking me, don't play Forbidden Zone. Like I said, spending with such storage value will get you nowhere. And if you're going to spend over 100k only to start a match, I don't know, it's up to you. So now let's just get to the next level, 2 to 5 million. At this point, you don't have to play with quick hits and covert ops anymore, cause even though you're poor, you're not that poor. And playing with actual loadouts might have better results than playing with quick hits and coverts. Now, it doesn't mean you can't play them. In fact, sometimes doing a quick covert might boost your progress. But since your time's precious, you can't spend all day on coverts and making not much while you can do much better. And hey, since your time is precious, you can do much better than just playing all day, right? And here are all the loadouts. Now that you passed 5 million, it's the time that you actually have to spend much more money in order to get more. Now, I really wanted to talk about it because every time I post a video and suggest a loadout, a gun, a bullet, or anything, there's always these guys who think they're so smart. And when I say, look, M62 is the best T5 bullet, they're like, well, instead of that, I just buy dum-dums. When I say buy T6s, they're like, no, that's wrong. I always play with T4s. I've never touched T6s and I'm over 70 million. Well, no shot, you spend a whole day playing like a beggar. and at the end of the day, when you get around 600k or something, you think you have conquered the world. What if you could get the double of that source value if you were to play with T6s? Now you can't say I'm wrong, cause you haven't even tried it yet. It's like saying no, I can never be a Formula 1 driver while you've never been in a Formula 1 car. What if you could be the best? I mean, I get it, Formula 1 is hard, but what if instead of Mosin you played with the X50s, you had the double of that source value you already have? And I promise, it's not just me, nearly all the YouTubers have the same approach. Risk it for the biscuit, so what if you are wrong? Anyways, it's enough roasting, those guys are already doomed. Back to the loadouts. Again, I'm telling you, these are only my suggestions. You can make changes if you feel like it's needed. But if it was me with that source value, I would run these loadouts. Now let's get to the next level, 10 to 20 mil. Now the last time I posted a video about source value, I said most players have 5 to 10 million source value. But right now I think most players are over 10 million, but they're less than 20 mil. Or I don't know, maybe it's just the same. But I know many people who are stuck at 11 million, 15 million, you know, they're just stuck. And here's a quick tip. Sometimes if you think you're stuck and you can't make any progress, try playing with cheaper loadouts. I mean, I've been stuck. Sometimes I played for days, but I couldn't get over a certain million source value. So if you're stuck, you suck. No. Play with cheaper loadouts. And remember what I said in the last episode. If you can buy a few thermals, it doesn't mean you're rich. If you're trying to increase it, don't act like you have 50 million, cause you don't. And no, from now on you can actually do forbidden zones, but try to focus more on bullets, not high tier equipment. And now, 20 to 50 million. Look, you're not super rich yet, but you're rich, but being rich, especially this type of rich, doesn't mean now you can do whatever you want. Cause most of the players in this category have their stores filled with guns, bullets, armors, reds, keys, and it's mostly a mess. And it's not actually lean cash. And when you try to turn it into lean cash, you'll probably lose like 4 million. Now 4 million is not that much, but I'm just saying, if it was me with that stores value, I would play cautious. I mean, sure, I would run good guns, good bullets, but not all the time. Like I said, it's not that rich. And here are all my suggested loadouts. And now, over 50 million. Congratulations, you have reached the end game, and you can run anything you want, anytime you want, and I promise you will never run out of storage if you manage to reach 50 million. Now the question is, should you push any further? You know what? No. I mean, if it was me, I wouldn't. Bro, you literally have 240 million and you're still pushing. First of all, I'm not pushing, it's pushing itself. And also, I'm a content creator. When you're in a position that you're trying to teach people, you have to keep your profile legit. Now the thing is, you obviously don't need me to give you a loadout to play with, because you already know what's the best. But in fact, I do have a few fun loadouts which I've tried and I really enjoyed it, so I would suggest you to give it a try. And at the end, let's just have a quick tour of my storage. I don't know, maybe you want to see how a 240 million storage value would look like. So I always try to keep my storage as clean as possible, unless I would run out of space immediately. I can't hoard guns, anything. And I've bought 22 secret documents, each of them costs 8 million, so it's another 176 million cash. But like I said, I don't have a space for it. Imagine right now I should have had 316 million cash. And that was it for today's video. Thanks for watching it till the end. It was definitely my hardest video to edit, record and everything. So I would appreciate if you just like the video, it's like a second. And subscribe. And as always, love you all. See you in a bit.